Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Torah Outreach Program, Erev Shabbos, Burst of Inspiration. This week's Parsha, Parshas Toldos. Yitzchak and Rivka are praying fervently for a child because Rivka is not having children, and they've been married for a very long time. And it says that they prayed next to each other, and Hashem answered Yitzchak's prayers. What about Rivka's prayers? So Rashi explains that Yitzchak was a tzaddik ben tzaddik, the tzaddik, a righteous Jew, the son of a righteous Jew. And Rivka, although she was a righteous Jew, her father was not at all. Her father was a swindler, a liar, and a cheat. And Hashem answered Yitzchak's prayers over Rivka's. That bothered me for many years. But just because his daddy is something, why can he rely on, and why does Hashem look at him better? It's up to him to be his best. And that's 100% true. But I got a beautiful answer from a Parish explanation known as the Kli Yakar, who said in another place at the very beginning of this week's Torah reading, Bela Toldos Yitzchak ben Avram, Avram holid es Yitzchak. These are the generations of Yitzchak, the son of Avram. Avram helped Yitzchak give birth. What does it mean? He helped him. He fathered him. He gave birth and helped him give birth. Holy, the grammatical translation would be helped him give birth. So the Kli Yakar says, because Avram and Sarah were also barren. They also couldn't have children. And they prayed for years and years and years. And finally Sarah had Yitzchak. But that's all that Sarah had. One child. Years of prayer. One child. Why? Well, what happened to all those prayers? Avram holid es Yitzchak. His prayers helped Yitzchak. The reason the prayers of a tzaddik, a righteous person, the son of a righteous person, the reason the prayers work is because his father was praying too. And no prayer is ever lost. Oh, it may not be answered in the way we understand it. And may not be answered immediately. It may not even be answered in our time. But it will be answered. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God keeps all those prayers. He holds on to all of them. And He uses them for our benefit in the best time. Yitzchak's prayers were answered together with all those prayers that his father had said. It was Avram holid es Yitzchak. It was Avram helped Yitzchak give birth. Avram's prayers for his son combined with Yitzchak's prayers for himself. And Yitzchak had Yaakov and Esav. There's a story I heard. An explanation more than a story. There was a time after the Holocaust, many of our people in this country that were already here and then that came from Europe lost their Yiddishkeit, lost their Judaism. Either out of anger, not understanding what happened during the Holocaust, or many out of just because the American dream, the running after the physical dreams of this country, or laziness, lack of understanding, lack of education. But then, generations later, the late 60s, 70s, 80s, started a thing called the Baal Tshuva movement. Those Jews who decided to become religious later in life, even though their parents weren't, and for many of them, their grandparents weren't. But they themselves started searching. They were searchers. And many, many, thousands upon thousands of Jews came back into the fold of Torah observance. This entire state, the state of Florida, the religious community of the state of Florida is based on those people. The original religious people of Florida were people that came back. Why? So somebody explained to me the reason why is because all those Jews, all those holy Jews during the Holocaust prayed. They prayed for themselves. They prayed for their families. They prayed for the Jewish people. Don't let this be the end. Don't let this be the final blow, the nail in the coffin for the Jewish people. Don't let it end here. Those prayers were taken and saved and opened up for families and communities in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s in this country. How else is it logically possible that the religious community of America is stronger than Europe was before the Holocaust? In number? In Torah? In institutions of Torah? I can't say number exactly, I don't know, but I do know Torah institutions, schools, Jewish schools that push and teach and educate Torah ideals. There's more Torah being learned here and in Israel and in Canada and even in some places in South America and in England, combined far greater in number than the greatest days in Europe. But everybody said after the Holocaust, this is it. People in this country wanted to give up, and they said, Judaism, Torah Judaism, is not for the new generation. The old generation is going to die out. There's not going to be anybody left. And look at us now. Look at us now. Where did it come from? The prayers, the tears, the pleading, and the begging of our ancestors in the concentration camps and the ghettos of Europe. One thing is for sure. There is no such thing as a prayer that is ever lost. You may not know the answer. You may not see the answer in your lifetime. But that prayer is there and will be taken out when most needed. Shabbos.